Rangers go down to Florida, bridging the new year, and they pick up 3 of a possible 4 points with the shootout loss to the Tampa Bay Lightning on Thursday, and now this 5-3 win on this early evening New Year's night against the Florida Panthers. To sum it up, Adam Fox reaches the 200 career point plateau with 2 assists in this one. Only one Ranger defenseman has ever gotten to 200 points in fewer games than Adam Fox's 241. And of course, it was Brian Leetch with 211. Mika Zibanejad scored 2 goals, the first and second of the night for the Rangers. He leads the team with 18. Chris Kreider had a goal and an assist. Kaapo Kakko assisted on 2, and Yaroslav Halak won his second consecutive game, 32 saves. 9 different players with a point in this one. Vincent Trocheck a goal and an assist. Artemi Panarin 1-1 as well. And 2 assists for both Kakko and Adam Fox. 5-3 Rangers the final. We head back down to Sunrise, Florida, and we welcome in Joe Micheletti, who helped call the game with Sam Rosen here on MSG. Joe, we started in the pregame show by talking about maybe the importance of the youngsters in a game at this time of year, and with Lafreniere re-entering the lineup. But there were sure a lot of veterans on the score sheet tonight for the Rangers.
Yeah, and that's not to say, John, that some of the young players didn't have good games. Kakko had a couple of assists. He was real good. Schneider was good again in this game. Wasn't on the ice for a goal and had an assist, so they still contributed. But when the Rangers needed things to get done, they had all their veteran players that really showed up and played strong, contributed in a lot of different ways other than just scoring goals. But they did that as well. Here's Mika Zibanejad loses control of the puck, but scores. That made it 1-0. Panarin and Fox get assists on that one. Then the beautiful passing play, Schneider to Kaapo Kakko to Zibanejad. That made it a 2-0 game. And then again, Kreider, this time from Kaapo Kakko, is able to put it in. So he scores the big goal. And then this play by Trocheck, back checks on the power play, comes all the way back down, and for Chris Kreider, he waited for him and then ends up giving him a perfect pass, and then this one to finish things off by Panarin. The puck comes right back to him, and Panarin is able to score that goal, John. They made it 5-3. Sam mentioned at the time that, this building wasn't real noisy as it was because the Rangers led throughout, but that goal by Panarin right there gave the Rangers a little bit of breathing room, and they were able to cruise home from there.
Joe, you mentioned Braden Schneider and what he was able to do, and his defense partner for the 8th straight game, Ben Harpur. Ben Harpur has played 109 minutes of ice time for the Rangers during those 8 games. He's been on the ice for exactly 1 goal against. We had both of them on between periods, and I asked them, so I'll ask you as well, as also not only a former NHL defenseman, but an observer of both, why are these guys so impactful and effective this early on?
Yeah, I was listening to both those interviews, John, and it's interesting to hear how they take each game shift at a time and they communicate. And so when you have a player like Schneider who just keeps getting more and more confident, but we talked about his ability to do so many different things. I mean, it's very unique in this league to have a player, especially at his age, that's got the size he has, that plays with the edge that he does physically, and then can make a pass, can skate up the ice, can join the rush like he did before, and then can both shoot and pass so he can get involved offensively. So you've got a player of that magnitude, but he thinks defense first. He never takes risks. So when you see him and you hear the coaches talk about him, he just doesn't get into a situation where there's a glaring mistake. He makes very few mistakes. And again, this game tonight, neither player was on the ice for a goal, John, in this one. And Schneider now has 20 consecutive games of not being a minus player. It's pretty impressive. It has been rather remarkable when you watch it. We talked also in the pregame, Dave Maloney and I did, about the importance of this start for Yaroslav Halak. First one in 15 days, coming off a win the last time out. Maybe the most impressive thing you can say is at 2-1 and 3-2 and 4-3, he did not allow a tying goal in any case. 32 saves for him, a half dozen or more were grade A scoring chances that he stopped. How do you assess his night in his 2nd straight win? I would say really good. I mean, the 3rd goal by Eric Stahl, it looked like he was screened on the play. Maybe that's one he wants back, not a great angle. But his first save of the game might have been his best, which was a shorthanded chance by Florida. So I just thought that the Rangers still had these periods in this game where they gave up some really high-quality scoring chances. And Halak to me, he just battled hard. He stayed with it, There were some scrambles around the front of the net, but he never gave up on anything, and he came up with some really quality saves on some point-blank shots and some high-quality scoring chances. So, and John, you mentioned that, holding the lead when it got close. He also made some saves where the Rangers went back down the other end and scored big goals as well. So I really like the way he played. Again, that third goal, I'm going to ask him about it. I'm not sure if he saw it or not, but his overall work tonight was very good.
As was yours, Joe. We appreciate it as always. Thanks for joining us. Safe travels back.
Thank you, John.
Yeah, Yaroslav Halak wins for the third time this season. Sergei Bobrovsky takes the loss. His 13th this season. He had only 10 losses all of last year. And tonight was the 10th time already that he's allowed at least 4 goals in a game. Rangers scored 5. 2 were notable. And we're going to take you inside the film room powered by CDW and HP and tell you why they're notable. They're players whose ability to create the offense was only part of the story. The play here by Braden Schneider in his own zone to knock Lundberg off the puck. Now, this is the vision he has that belies his youth and relative inexperience in the NHL. Knows exactly when to jump up in the play and then give it to the guy who knows what to do with the puck. So he hands it off to Zibanejad and heads toward the net. Now watch this little bump pass here. Back off the boards, down for Kakko, and then Schneider goes out to his spot, taking 2 players with him along the way while Zibanejad circles back right into a scoring zone. And if Steve Valiquette were here, he'd tell you 62% of these shots beat the goaltender. Zibanejad scores on that one. That made it 2-0. Now we're going to take you to the 4-2 goal, and we're going to chronicle how far Vincent Trocheck traveled to score it. First of all, he stops a shorthanded breakaway opportunity here by skating almost 140 feet. Now the Rangers get the puck back, and Trocheck on the power play understands now it's time to get up the ice. And off he goes. Kreider spots him. You see him look back there. Trocheck goes right to the net, takes the perfect saucer pass. That's 400 feet of skating in 18 seconds of clock time, and Trocheck's most responsible there for avoiding 3-3 and turning it to 4-2. Part of a 5-3 win for the Rangers in which work ethic, will, was as important as skill in scoring the goals.